Hi, I'm Carl Anderson of Kugae Gundogs. This is part 3 of Arnold's journey. So Arnold's 14-month-old and he's in for residential training because he's a bit of a character. He's not naughty, he's just a Cocker Spaniel. But he's got into some ways with his barking at people, barking at other dogs, barking for attention. His heel work is shocking, jumping up people. Just the usual traits of a Cocker Spaniel. But we've been working with Arnold now for a few weeks. And he's come on in leaps and bounds, and his owners come in once a week and they do some training with him, and the progress is massive. So this is just really his weekly update, and more importantly how we do it. At the end we've done a little bit where we took him into a local pub. Now we couldn't take the camera gear in there and overtake the whole pub on a Friday night when it was really busy, so it's off my mobile phone. And my mobile phone is pretty primitive, but we've got some footage. Sit. We've got some footage of it, so we'll show you that. So when I first bring him out, I like to give him a little bit of a fuss up. So we've made friends, so it's not all negative from the minute we bring him out. And I don't mind at this stage if dogs jump up me a little bit. I want that bond and I want them really, really close into me. So we just give him lots of fuss. Sit. And then we can just walk him around, and I want him following me everywhere. I want to be more interesting than what's going on out there and engaged with him. He knows these tennis balls are in here, and he's an absolute glutton for tennis balls. He likes these, but that's what's got him into problem, because he's had one of these ball throwers. Sit. He's had one of these ball throwers. It's been thrown and thrown and thrown and thrown, and then he started barking, and that's really where the problem come from. So this is where we are with Arnold. We're in a good place. So when we first bring Arnold out, we kind of have a bit of fun with him, put him on the wheel, get a bit of focus and fuss him up. But then we get into serious training, and we always start off and do a little 5-minute segments or something. So the first thing we'll do is say heel, and we'll go for a walk on the short lead. So his nose is down, we gently lift him up. Now we can go more and more gentle all the time. So it's just like a little gentle touch now. We walk away from him. That's it. Now his nose is going down, just nice and gentle. Then we walk into him. I've got a bit of eye contact off him. And bring him in. We sit him on the whistle, and I get the focus off him. So we do that for a few minutes, and we might do that over 100 yards. It can be over 20 yards. It's what you've got available to you. There's no fixed and fast rules. We've then got to change now. Sit. And what we want to do is put him on a long lead now. And this is the next stage to getting him off the lead. So the next demonstration, we're going to get him on his long lead with his little collar, and off we go for a nice walk. So we've confidently got Arnold now walking on a long lead, walking at the side of us, and we've stopped all that madness of him dashing off to go and sniff there and pull over there. We can control him on a long lead. So we'll give you the demonstration, then we'll explain how we do it, but there's parts of it we need. This is a little training collar, so we take our normal lead off him, and we put the little training collar on him. And again, it's an opportunity to put it on him and give him a fuss up, and he likes that and he's used to it. We're not fighting with him. We then clip the slip lead on him, and I've got everything taffled up as I always do, and we drop it on the ground just for a minute. Now Arnold can stay there, and what we don't want him to do is rush off and dart off over there. So we're going to give him a little positive. We'll pick it up like a normal lead and we'll say heel, and off we go. And then straight away we're going to drop that lead, and look of him, he's at the side of me now and he's walking graceful. If I stop, sit, he'll sit as usual. We pick his lead up, heel. So he actually thinks now he's on the lead. That's in theory what he's doing. We turn round, we turn round. If he wants to sniff, we're just going to turn round. Now, I'm hands-free, I'm enjoying my walk. Now, the weight of that lead, sit, the weight of that lead is keeping Arnold with me all the time. Pick it up, heel. Now I'm giving him the command to heel, so I want him near me. If I wanted him to have more free time, I could have him at the end of that long lead constantly. Arnold, sit. I could have him at the end of that long lead constantly, but then it's just an extension. He would learn to be at 9 metres. I don't want him at 9 metres, I want him here, next to me, sit. If he gets up and he starts messing around, sit. Now if you want to go and talk to someone in the park, you can just put your foot on that long lead and he can't go anywhere, and you can have your conversation. There can be other dogs running around and you just ask him to sit. So that's the demonstration with the long lead. Simple bit of kit. There's 2 parts to the long lead. All these parts can be found on our websites or various channels through the internet. There's lots of long leads about. Get the one what does the job for you. And again, if we now, with Arnold, we take the long lead off, we've got that little collar on there now, sit, and he's going to stay there, not running away. You've seen it before. You take the lead off your dog and all of a sudden they dart off. Sit. And at any stage we can get our normal lead, gently put it on, give him a big positive, give him a big fuss, and then we're back in control of him. And that's the stages. Now the next stage for Arnold's training will be getting him off all these leads all together, and we're virtually there in what we're doing, but we've still got to stop that naughty chasing, the ball, the football, the birds, the rabbits, everything else what's of interest to him. Sit. So here we are now with Arnold. So you've seen how we can heel him, we've seen how we can put him on a long lead, and we've showed you how to do it. Now we're taking these dogs out multiple times a day, and we're constantly on it, whether it's me or one of the members of the team. We're constantly working on these dogs, so we're reconditioning them. So how do we get him stopping chasing things or sitting to flush? When he's out in the countryside and a pheasant gets up, a rabbit gets up, a pigeon flies past, a blackbird, and these dogs start darting for it, we've got to stop it. So the way we're going to do it is with a tennis ball, but we've got to be careful with Arnold because it was a tennis ball who got him into his barking and being quite naughty. Now if he's looking out there, look, there's something more interesting out there. So all we basically do, we ask him to heel, and I'm going to walk away from the camera. We stop that sniffing. Going to walk him into the camera. Sit. And we throw the tennis ball and he sits. Now we'll go up to it, and before he can grab it, sit. And it's mine. So Arnold, in his little wisdom, he thinks everything's his because everything has been allowed his. Like I say, his owner's had one of these sticks where you throw a ball and he's gone for it and gone for it and gone for it. He's brought it back, you've put it in your pocket, he's barked, he's barked, he's barked. He's seen someone else playing with a football, he's barked. So we've got to undo all that. So again, heel, sit. We'll take him to it, sit. And we're not going to let him have it. It's my ball. I don't want him to have it at this stage. Heel. Sit. Sit. And I'm going to have it every time, and then what we would do, we would progress and we'd put him on the long lead and we'll do this. Now sit. You don't want to keep overdoing it and go and do it 50 times. 2 or 3 times a day is great, not on every session. His main thing is to heel, be on the long lead, stay close to us and be in tune with us. Sit. When you're training him, I've said this before, Do not fuss him up and fuss him up and fuss him up and tell him he's a good boy, because all it does is it gets him excited. If I come down now, you are a good boy, you are, come on then, hey. Eventually what he's going to do, he's going to get his little paws round me. Here he goes, look. And I've got him too excited, which is great when I first have the session and I want him to come into me. But all the way through the session, I don't want that. I have to be able to control him.
We're in the local village pub with Arnold, a Cocker Spaniel. When he first come in, he was a bit weary. There was other dogs, children and everything else. The trick to these Cocker Spaniels, what always works, get the pork scratchings out. He's now obsessed with pork scratchings, eating pork scratchings. We've got a bit of abber on the jukebox and he's tapping his feet. Now that's the way to train Cocker Spaniels. This is one scenario where the tree will work. And we thought we'd put Arnie pork scratchings, that's the key to a Cocker Spaniel heart. He loves them. Maybe a bit salty.
So that's where we are with Arnold's training now, and we're trying to show you the problem and how we've done it. And it's not easy, we can't have the cameras rolling on us 24 hours a day, and there's lots goes on. But that's it in a nutshell. Anyone can get their little dogs to be like this. There's always an exception to the rule, and that goes either way. But he's a boisterous little chappie. He's had his own way too long, but we've brought him back. And it's our jobs now, his owners come in, and when he goes back he'll go with a series of videos for them to see, and also they will come in for regular training until he's absolutely right and he's perfect for them. So I'm going to take him for my little training session now and my little walk and enjoy him. Well, thank you for watching. Heel.